Hey guys, welcome to another video. In today's video, we are going to be covering the part 3 of the free training, so creating your morning routine. So if you expect that I'm going to suggest you some sort of a 2-hour long morning routine, don't worry, that's not going to be the case. I personally hate those, and I think, in my opinion, that those 2 hours, 1 hour long morning routines are super inefficient because you're an entrepreneur and you want to have your energy at peak and use that energy for the things that actually move the needle forward in the business, not to waste it on something that doesn't even help you get more clients and grow the revenue, right? So the morning routine I'm going to suggest in this training is going to be broken down into actually 6 steps instead of 5. So let me just rewrite it real quick. 6 main steps, and here is the disclaimer about these things. So what I'm sharing with you here is backed by science, backed by research, mostly, and it's backed by my own experience. I've tried this. I've been using this morning routine for some time now, and I've been researching about it. So these things work, right? But it doesn't mean that it has to work for you and that you religiously have to stick to it. It's all about testing out, and it's all about personalization. So learn from it, and personalize everything for yourself, right? So step number 1 is wake up based on your chronotype. So if you have not seen my previous training, part 2 of the training, which is where I cover all the chronotypes and how to find out what chronotype you are, then stop this video, go back to the previous part, and find out what chronotype you are, and that way you're going to see what is the best time for you to wake up based on your genetics and biology. You're going to pretty much feel amazing. When I discovered my chronotype, as I've said in previous video, everything changed for me. So it's a great thing that you can do for yourself, and it's step number 1 to a very efficient morning routine. Step number 2 is to get the bright light into your eyes as soon as possible. So if you have LED lights like I do, I turn them usually in the morning are on bright white or blue light, because that helps me to wake up. And in the morning, you want to wake up your system, and the best way to do it is to get light into your eyes, bright light and blue light, as I've said, and that's going to help you indicate to your circadian system, to your circadian rhythm, and to your system that it's time to be waking up and it's time to pretty much get going. So right after you do that, as I mentioned in the previous training, there are lights like I do, like Govee lights that are automatic. So you can set a timer, 30 minutes, 1 hour before you wake up. And those lights are going to automatically turn on. So once you open your eyes, your room is bright already. So that will pretty much create this feeling that it's sunrise and you wake up with the sun, if that makes sense. So step number 3 is to get sunlight within 5 or 15 minutes after waking. Now, if you are lucky and you live in a country where there's always sun out there, then it's amazing. So if that's you, then get outside, sit or stand there for 5 to 10 minutes. Don't look directly at sun because that might damage your sight. Rather look offset, but still pretty much make sure that sun is going through your eyes, but don't look at the sun directly. If you don't live in a country, like for example like me here in the UK, and it's more cloudy than sunny, it's okay as well. Like, it doesn't have to be sunny all the time every single day, because you should get sunlight even during the cloudy days. The sunlight still works even if there are clouds out there, but you have to stay in the sun a little longer. So instead of 5 to 15 minutes, make sure you do that for 10 to 20 minutes. Now you don't have to stand or to sit there, especially if it's cold outside. You can go for a walk instead, like small walk, short walk, and just looking at the sun and reaping of the benefits, right? 10 minutes is okay as well. So what if you wake up early and there is dark outside? How are you going to sync the circadian rhythm without sunlight? So this could be even if so you said like you want to wake up earlier, also based on your chronotype, but it's still dark outside. What you are going to do? So one way you can have an alternative, it's not the same, like you cannot get the same effect of real sunlight and substitute it with something artificial, but there are ways that you can actually stimulate almost the same effect. You can purchase a set lamp or something similar to it. So the importance here is to get enough light. The rule of thumb is around 10,000 lux. You can find an alternative in a bright ring light, which is usually used for contents, the stand and the ring light in it. So that's enough. That's what I use, and that does the job pretty much. So it has a similar effect. And use the bright light. Don't use your blue blockers when you're looking at the light, because that's going to block, pretty much it's going to slow down the positive effect of getting your sunlight or getting the bright light into your eyes to wake you up and sync the circadian rhythm. So make sure you don't wear any blue light blockers, and make sure that don't look directly at the light, because you may damage your sight. So that was about getting the sunlight in or getting the bright light in. Doesn't matter if where you are in the world or what time you wake up. You can use one of these. Now, step number 4 is cold exposure. So let me just this typo. So one of the great things I've done for my morning routine, I've been doing it for a while now, is including cold showers. Now, no matter how I feel in the morning, once I wake up, a quick cold shower wakes me up instantly and increases my mood and just makes me feel better, which is really important. Now, cold exposure can energize you for the day ahead, and it's an effective way to invigorate the body, and it essentially enhances the mood and enhances the immunity and blood circulation. So you can take a cold shower or ice bath or neck plunge for 3 to 6 minutes. There's some research about it, like 1 minute, 3 minutes, 6 minutes. You can test out, but start with 1 minute and then progress slowly to 3 minutes up to 6 minutes. Right? It depends on if you tried this before or not in the past. So another interesting thing about this is that cold water increases dopamine concentration by 250%. So I've seen that with myself. Like whenever I take a cold shower, right after that, I just feel this dopamine rush, and I just feel better. I feel more motivated, feel more driven, and cold shower and cold exposure in general has very positive effects on my life and on life of other people. So if you haven't tried this already, make sure you do that. Now, step number 5 is to avoid caffeine. So get yourself a cup of coffee 90 to 120 minutes, so 2 hours after waking. The reason being is that your cortisol level peak around 45 minutes after waking and then decline throughout the day. By delaying your caffeine intake, you will be able to ward off late afternoon crashes and allow your cortisol to go back to its regular rhythm, right? Because if you wake up and you take and you drink a cup of coffee immediately, you're going to slow down the cortisol level, and the cortisol level is like I like to call it like natural energy. So you wake up and you have the natural energy in. So why would you supplement it with another shot of energy? You could say so because you already have it. So wait 90 minutes to 2 hours, and then grab yourself a cup of coffee, and you will immediately see a positive effects of it. And you will avoid those energy crashes and this energy roller coaster around noon. So that's really good hack to try. So once you make yourself a cup of coffee, add a teaspoon of MCT oil to it. Now, MCT oil supplies extra ketones, which provide sustainable energy and improve satiety, so you won't crave sweets or any junk food in general, because you are going to feel full, and you'll also avoid caffeine crash in the afternoon. So another thing you can try to add to your coffee with MCT oil is ghee butter. So maybe you've heard this term bulletproof coffee. It is coined by Dave Asprey, which is a father of biohacking, like people like to call it. I like to call it. That's where the term comes from. And essentially, it's a popular high-fat, low-carbohydrate beverage that is made by blending coffee and unsalted butter, preferably grass-fed ghee butter. And pretty much you also mix MCT oil to it. And effect of these two will help you pretty much have higher energy, stable focus, and I'm just going to also promote weight loss if that's your goal. If not, that's fine, but you're going to be drinking this bulletproof coffee while you're in the fasted state in the morning after 90 minutes after waking, and you're going to pretty much improve your mental clarity and also have a stable energy throughout the whole morning without any crashes in the afternoon. So that's a really great hack for energy. So yeah. Another thing, the idea behind bulletproof coffee is that high fat content helps to keep you full and satisfied, while MCT oil helps to boost energy and metabolism. It can also help improve brain function and reduce inflammation as well. All right, and the last part of the morning routine is to drink water with a pinch of Himalayan salt. So, this type of drink in the morning, right after you wake up, it helps to balance the electrolytes that you have in your body, improve digestion, as well as boost energy levels. Now, here's how this works. So, electrolytes are minerals that are important for various bodily functions, including maintaining proper fluid balance, muscle and nerve function, and as well blood pressure. Now, electrolytes such as sodium, potassium, calcium, and magnesium are lost through sweating, urination, and other bodily processes that happen during the night or before or during the day, but especially during the night. And they must be replenished to work properly the next day. And that's why in the morning, after night of fasting, those electrolytes levels are low. So drink water with the salt in the morning, and that will help you replenish those electrolytes, rehydrate your body, which is important for overall health and well-being. That was a simple 30-minute routine you can try to get yourself energized and ready for the day ahead. In the last part of the training, we're going to be discussing what to do once you are in this peak state thanks to this quick morning routine, and where to use your energy the most to get the highest ROI in your business. So if you like this, hit the thumbs up, hit subscribe, and stay tuned for the part number 4.